Okay, hi guys, and welcome to R.Designs. Hopefully this is recording. We're gonna see. Okay, so today I want to show you quickly how to edit a blog, post a new blog, add some images and text, and just kind of make it your own. So what you're going to want to do is log in. This is going to be your website editor portal or client portal, and that is login.rdesignstxk.com. And you're going to log in with the email and password you set up when you first got sent your site. So you're going to log in. And you should see your site up top. You should only have one unless you are managing a couple, but I have several, so I am going to have a list here, but you should only have one. So if you click on that, you're going to go into the editor. And if you don't want to go into the editor, you just kind of want to see the dashboard. Let me go back so you can see that. Yours may look just slightly different than mine, but it should be the same. But if you go to overview, you can see, the site, how much engagement you've had, site visits, kind of a simple preview. You can also preview or edit the site from here. I like this overall view because it kind of gives you everything. So if you go to overview and then to your left, you're going to go to manage blog. So you should see that at the bottom here. And it does take you into the editor, so you can bypass that by going into the editor, but I just wanted to show you both ways of doing that. So once you're inside the editor, you're going to see a list of options to your left over here. Now, yours may not have all of these options. You may just have the store, you may just have widgets or blog, but you're going to see some options to your left here. So what you're going to want to do is click on blog. And this is where you'll see all of your blog posts. So this is the main image of the blog post. This is the title. This is the URL. All of these are already published. So I'm first going to show you how to do a new blog. So you're going to want to go to new post. You're going to want to do a title. So I'm just going to type in blah. You can change the author here, so you can type in your own name. And then you want to change the main image. So we're going to do summer. So here's a pineapple with sunglasses. And then you're just going to hit start. Now, the blog post layout is already set up, so I wouldn't recommend going in and changing any of that. It means that all of this is already pre-coded in, so that this is what your visitors will see every single time. They'll see, a main image, a title, the author, and the published date. But here is where you're going to actually edit your blog post. So as you can see here, it kind of gives you an idea. This is, where you want to put a subtitle. So you're going to have a title and then a subtitle, and this helps Google recognize blog posts and engagement for search engine optimization. But that's another thing for another day. And then it gives you a default image here. So if you see here, I am hovering over this image. And you're going to click on this image, and you can either replace or edit it. Any of that. You can go to design here and change the size of it, the width of it. If you want it to be the full width, whatever you want to do there, you've got a lot of options here. I wouldn't recommend going any further than the layout for it. If you want it to be circular, whatever, there you go. So then if you go to content, like I said, you want to replace this image. So if you have this main image up here, if you want that all to be seen, or just a similar image to that main image, then you can put that here. If you want to get rid of this image entirely and just have text on this page, then all you're going to do is click this little X right here to the right of that image. Okay. Now, another trick that I like to use when I'm creating my blog posts is adding a wrap, an image and a text wrap. So if you go over here to the left again, you're going to see widgets. And I would recommend typing in text, and that brings up all of your text options. So you'll see here that you've got text, text and image. This is a header, and this is a smaller header. But what you're going to want to do is click on text and image, and you're going to drag that over and underneath. And that gives you some options for having an image here that the text wraps around, which I really love that feature. So you've got a few different options here. So you'll see this little menu pop up, and you will want to either change the position, so you can do left or right. So that puts it on either side of the text. And visually, it's always a good idea to have, like, you know, if you've got 3 of these, you want one image on this side, one image on this side, and, you know, so on. But in order to change this image, you'll hit replace. And that's where you'll type in, you know, summer, and you'll get a bunch of stock images. Your site images will pop up first. So if you've already uploaded something, they'll come up here, or you can always change just to see site images. Okay. Now, if you want this to be a moving picture or a Giphy, then you can do the exact same thing. You can go to all images and click on this little category, and it changes it to textures, which you'll see some textures here, or Giphy. And, you know, a keyword is going to bring up all of the summer GIFs in one category. So you have a bunch of options here to choose from. So let's say you're doing a blog post about summer, you just kind of want to accentuate something summary. So here's a cute little pug. You're going to hit select, and it's going to replace that image with a Giphy. And so that's how you do that. Now, when you're using a text wraparound like this one, you cannot change the text by clicking on it like you can this one. So as you can see here, if you double click on this one, it lets you edit it. There you go, so on and so forth. But if you drag and drop that text and image, which, you know, you like to do because you have an image where the text wraps around it, but you're going to want to edit the actual text all the way down here at the bottom. So once you've changed your image, you're going to want to add your paragraphs in here. And for right now, this is unfortunately the way they have it set up. I wish it was a little bit different, but that is where you're going to add, you know, 1 or 2 paragraphs here. And then you can come to widgets and add another text and image, and so on and so forth. You'll add, you know, your other paragraphs here. So that's how you add images within a text paragraph. Now, let's say you just want to add an image, like you want to break up these 2 paragraphs here with an image, like a complete horizontal image. So you're going to go back to widgets to the side here, and it should pop up under frequently used or right here, most popular. And you're just going to see this image. You're going to drag and drop that in between. And then it's going to pop up with an image picker as well. You can, again, do Giphies if you want to add a Giphy. But you can actually, I'm sorry, I guess you can. You can make it bigger by going to design up here and changing the width of that photo. I wouldn't recommend going really big with Giphies because they're usually low quality, but at least you can, you know, kind of manipulate that if you want to. Okay. So to delete that, you're just going to go delete. You'll add all that. Now, if you just want to add text, let's say you don't want to text an image, you literally want just text and then this main image up here, because this is always going to be your main blog post image. You usually have to have that for a blog post. But let's say you just want this to be text, okay? So you can just double click in here, add all your text, and you're done, right? Or you can add an image like I just showed you underneath here. And then you can come to widgets and add just text. So you'll see this big T, you'll drag and drop it down below the image, and you can add more text. So that's how you just add the paragraphs in there. So in order to publish this blog post, let's say you're completely done writing, you've added all your images, you're good to go. You're going to want to hit publish post. Okay. Let's go ahead and click that. Okay, so that publishes your post to the website and it becomes live. Let's say we don't have any settings for this blog post, like we have no tags. If you click this little gear icon, it's going to bring up your post settings. So that's going to be where you change the URL. It's going to default with the title of the blog, but if you want to change that to just one word, you can do that here. It's also going to default to the day that you typed it, but if you want to change the date that you published the blog post, you can change that here. And then you can change the title, the author, the image. You can basically go in and change all of your settings, but you're going to want to republish your post if you change anything at all. Okay. So just a quick side note there. Now, if we go back here, it takes us to our post management page. And you can see that I published this, and obviously I don't want this on her website. So I'm going to delete this blog post. But she has a couple here where she's newer to this blog post. So we're going to go in here and we're going to fix a few things for her. So in order to edit a blog post, you'll see here you've got some options. And the first one is a little pencil, and you're going to click that and then you're going to edit. So she did a really great job on this. It's already good to go. I'm not going to do anything to her, text here, but I am going to hit republish. Okay. Now, if you decide that you do want to make changes, you're going to go to, let's say we want to change this one. You're going to go back to blog, manage, and then here we go. So this one is also good to go, but let's say we want to add an image right here. So we're going to add a cute little car here. And I don't want it to be that big, so I want to go to design, and I'm going to change the width, and I'm just going to make it kind of small. And you can kind of play around with that however you want. So I made it smaller. That's all I did. Added the image. We're still good to go. But none of this is going to save unless I hit republish. So you're going to republish your post. And then when you go to the blog, so this one was Whistle While I Work. So we're going to click on her blog. And as you can see, it added that image in. But if I had not hit republish, that image would not have been saved there. So that's just a little side note for you there. Let's see, what else can I tell you about blogs? So when you're done editing your blog, you're just going to hit done. And it's going to take you back out into the main editor, and it'll leave this little menu popped up probably, and you can see the rest of your blog posts here. So that is it, you guys. I hope this helped you. I hope you learned something new. If you have any questions at all, just give me a call or send me an email. I love to help you guys out, and hope you have a great day. Thanks.